Well, good afternoon, Southeast Texas. Showers and thunderstorms on schedule for tonight. Still well out to our northwest. We're watching a line of storms from well to the north of Huntsville. We'll go back to radar in just a moment. Let's take a look at some sky views because had some various cloud cover across the area once again today on our Roofing 911 Skycam network down in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. You see almost overcast conditions out there, and temperatures have been in the lower to mid 70s today. Not too terribly warm across the area thanks to the cloud cover we've had. Of course, we had that at sea fog last night. That burned off fairly quickly compared to the morning before. On our Roofing 911 Skycam network over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store, you also have overcast conditions and temperatures running around 70, 71. And temperatures will continue to hold pretty steady. Of course, they'll drop a little bit tonight, and then once that line of showers and thunderstorms move through the area, looks like between about 8 and 9 o'clock tonight, we'll see temperatures drop pretty good briefly just due to the rain-cooled air and the wind across Southeast Texas that time. Humidity, of course, pretty high as well. Dew points running way up there as well, well into the 60s this afternoon. Of course, weather impact alert coming up for this evening till about 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. Once the storms move east of the area, still a chance of some severe weather. It's on the low side, but it's still not a zero chance, mainly in the lakes area. But we can't rule out some gusty winds in the triangle as well, on the order of about 50 miles an hour as that line comes through. Rainfall, not worried about flooding or anything like that. We're only going to see about a half to 1 inch of rain. It'll be mainly the gusty winds and the lightning moving across Southeast Texas at that time. So, of course, radar will show you in just a moment that weather impact alert tonight till 10 o'clock. That we expect all the storms to be east of the river right around news time tonight at 10. So at least it's a fast mover. Get it on out of here without causing too many problems. Of course, your weather headlines. Of course, we'll have storms this evening, a cooler and drier day coming up for tomorrow, and that warming and drying trend coming up early next week. Now we can look at radars. Of course, we had onshore flow for the last couple of days, last several days really, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures around 70. There's a leading edge of the thunderstorms from just north of Huntsville back down still into east central Texas. But this line is moving quickly off to the east southeast around 40 to 45 miles an hour. And we do expect that line of storms to be in the lakes and approaching the triangle between 8 and 8:30 tonight, the way it's looking right now. With that, we could see some wind gusts 50 miles an hour. Not too concerned about hail right now, and the tornado threat is really low, but still not quite zero. And officially, we have that tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. That's a pretty good timing because by 9 o'clock, the storms will probably be in Orange County, Newton County, moving eastward out of the viewing area between around 9 and 9:30. There's that watch in effect until 9 p.m. tonight. There's the leading edge of the storms just north of Huntsville back into east central Texas. Let's take a look at these temperatures across the state. The front not making this is a weak front, by the way. The cooling you see there in College Station, that's mainly from rain cooled air and thunderstorms there. Austin at 60, San Antonio. So you can really see where the front's at. Dallas is down to 61, but you get behind the front, it's already back into the upper 60s to near 70. So this is not a strong front at all, but of course it will give us the showers and thunderstorms. Look at the temperatures. Laredo close to 90 degrees this afternoon. That's where all the instability's at. Well, to our southwest with heat like that. 82 in Brownsville and Corpus, and a little bit cooler as we said up to the north. Temperatures in the lower 60s. Now let's kind of give it a statewide view now. There's the tornado watch in effect, as we said, till 9 o'clock tonight. There's a line of storm. See it really easy now from right just to the west of Texarkana, back down through College Station, back down to San Antonio. And it is moving quickly off to the east-southeast, as we said, around 40 to 45 miles an hour. The actual front, of course, still way back to the west. So once the storms move through, we'll see our wind shift to the west and then eventually northwest toward morning as that front works on through. And like I said, we do have that watch in effect till 9 o'clock. I think we're going to be okay with tornadoes, but of course that watch just due to some pretty strong wind shear out there at the present time. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast. This is at 7 p.m. this evening. See the line already beginning to move into the lakes area about 7:30. Back through Houston, put this into motion, working into the triangle. As we said, around 8:30, the line should extend from around Burkeville, Beaumont to High Island. About 8:30, 8:40 tonight, quickly moving through the area. In fact, by 9:30 tonight, it's already east of Lake Charles, and our rains will be ending around news time tonight. And that'll be it for some weather impact alerts for quite some time, as the weather looks pretty quiet next week. Show you that coming up in just a moment. Notice the initial drop in the temperatures will drop into the 50s, mainly just due to rain, cooled air, and the windy conditions with the thunderstorms. Notice not much of a wind shift yet. Winds are actually still out of the southwest tonight at midnight. It'll be pretty breezy, and the actual wind shift will occur, as we said, coming up toward daybreak. Now, your marine forecast, small craft advisory offshore. Winds will be south, becoming west to northwest, up to 25 knots. Tomorrow looks pretty windy, too. That water temperature at 66 degrees. Lakes, inland and triangle, everybody will see rain for about an hour or so, a half to 1 inch. Looks pretty likely. Lows will be in the low to mid 50s. In the lakes area, mid 50s in the triangle, around 56, 57 or so. And as we head into tomorrow, partly sunny skies. We'll get rid of the clouds briefly late tonight in the morning. Then some wraparound clouds come back tomorrow. So we'll go with partly sunny. Have a mixture of clouds and sun throughout the mid to late morning into the afternoon. A little bit cooler tomorrow, around 70 for highs, with pretty windy northwest winds at around 10 to 20 miles an hour. And of course, the weather impact alert tonight till 10 o'clock. After that, everything will be in great shape. The impact, of course, will be gusty winds, and there'll certainly be quite a bit of lightning. Once again, we could see some winds 40 to 50 miles an hour as this line comes through. And of course, download our 12 News Plus app on your cell phone. Now, here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Oh, it looks beautiful after about 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. Partly sunny tomorrow, mostly sunny on Monday. Now, a little bit cooler, a little bit dry air comes in, so we'll drop it to 49 Monday morning, up to about 72. And then back to the mid to upper 70s. In fact, I think we're going to hit 80, if not Thursday, on Friday, ahead of another weak front due in on Saturday. We'll get that rain coverage at around 20% right now. Looking at the front coming in next Saturday, there is a little bit of moisture, but there's no upper air support really at all as that front comes in as we head into next weekend. So very spring-like week coming up. Really no rain expected at all, just that slight chance next Saturday. A little bit of a cool down, not much, 49 or so Monday morning. Then it's back to the 50s and 60s for lows, and highs close to 80 coming up as we head toward the end of next week. So let's take a look at some of our cameras now. Of course, we have a lot of clouds out there. There's plenty of moisture in place. Our Roofing 911 Skycam network down in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. You see the camera shaking a little bit there. Pretty windy across the region this afternoon. We got some pretty decent wind shear in place. That's the reason for the tornado watch in effect till 9 o'clock tonight. See the bridge off in the distance. Now this morning we started out with some sea fog. We had advection fog this morning. It would get thick, then it would thin out a little bit. That's normal with that kind of fog compared to the radiational fog we saw the night before. Our Roofing 911 Skycam network over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. You also have overcast conditions. That southwesterly wind's been pretty breezy today. We've had some gusts up to about 15 at times across the area, and a little bit gustier than that in parts of the lakes area. Earlier today saw some gusts close to 20 up there. But all areas will see some showers and thunderstorms, as we said, move through between 8 and 9 o'clock tonight. And all the showers and storms will be east of the Sabine River. Looks like around news time tonight at 10 o'clock. So that's some very good news there. And outside our 12 studios, you can see the cumulus clouds moving fairly quickly there. Pretty good winds just above the surface too. Decent little jet there. And this camera is sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. So the storms will be coming in from the west, coming up later on tonight. Then of course we'll see some much better weather again. Weather impact alert, we'll go over it again. Low chance of severe weather, and that'll be mainly in the lakes area, but even here in the triangle, still a slight chance of some severe weather. That would mainly be due to gusty winds. Could see some wind if it becomes severe, have to be 58 miles an hour or greater, with lots of lightning. And of course, download 12 News app. for the latest on the weather. Storms tonight till about 10 o'clock, then things improve rapidly. And as a while ago, as we showed you on that 7-day forecast just a moment earlier, things looking pretty good. Of course, storms this evening, cooler, dry Sunday morning. Then we'll see some warmer weather as we head toward the middle and end of next week. All right, radar once again kind of zoomed out a little bit. You can see the leading edge of the showers and storms. There's the prefrontal trough there from just northwest of Huntsville, now east of College Station to east of San Antonio. Once again, this line is moving east, southeast, about 40 to 45 miles an hour. Notice our temperatures have only been in the low 70s today, thanks to the cloud cover and breezy conditions across the area. And of course, we have that tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. You see the leading edge of the rain way off to the northwest, but it's moving pretty quickly. And you notice, as we said a while ago, just not much of a front. 70s ahead of it, does drop initially. That's with the wind shift and the rain. Notice drops a little bit, then it's back up to the mid to upper 60s behind the front. The true front's still out in West Texas. That really won't arrive. We really won't see a wind shift to the north until daybreak, the way it looks. And you can see the storms moving rapidly off to the east and southeast. The upper low spinning northwest Texas, Oklahoma, moving out to the northeast. So showers and thunderstorms not only here locally, but all the way up into the Arklatex, eastern Oklahoma, and portions of Arkansas for the next few hours. But as we said, fairly fast moving system. You see the actual front still way back into central and west central Texas, and that'll continue to advance on off to the east. Futurecast doing a really good job is showing the rain. This is at 7 o'clock. Southerly winds. There's the wind shift to the west southwest along the edge of the showers and thunderstorms there. Temperature still pretty mild. We'll be in the upper 60s still to around 70. So yeah, pretty warm evening. And they see the showers and storms working in between 8 and 8:30. Moving pretty quickly still. You can see there's the wind shift still way back to the west, but temperatures will fall into the 50s just due to the rain, cooled air, and wind. And look how quickly the line of storms moves east quickly. The temperatures are staying in the 50s overnight tonight. And as we talked about yesterday, there actually could be some clearing late tonight and in the morning before some wraparound clouds come back throughout the day tomorrow. We'll show you that in just a moment again on the 7-day. Small craft advisory for tonight and tomorrow with northwest winds up to 25 knots and 66 degrees on the water temperature. Everyone will see rain tonight. That coverage at 100% under cloudy skies. Winds south becoming west 10 to 15, some gusts to 20, and temperatures in the 50s overnight tonight. Now tomorrow we may start out with actually some sunshine. We'll clear briefly later tonight and early tomorrow, then it'll become partly sunny. High temperatures around 70 and a fairly breezy coming up. Northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Weather impact alert till 10 o'clock. Once again, there'll be lots of lightning with these storms too. A lot of bit of lightning, gusty winds, could see some winds 40 to 50 as the line comes through. And don't forget to download our 12 News app on your cell phone for the latest weather forecast and updates. 7-day forecast, some sun in the morning, maybe some clouds mid-morning to the early afternoon, then it